Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time of day it may be. I'm Dwight Allen O'Neill. I am your host of Dating Dwight, and this is a Dishin with Dwight exclusive. Yes, a Dishin with Dwight exclusive. I'm talking about the Chris Brown and Rihanna interview. Chris Brown that was on MTV and Rihanna that actually was on ABC 2020 on Friday night. And I'm giving my feedback for a few reasons. One reason is, of course, I have a new show, Dating Dwight, that deals with dating, and hopefully that's going to grow into me a real relationship. Don't we all need one of those? Anyway, back to the topic. So, I'm going to talk about Rihanna first, because this was her first interview, and Chris Brown has actually done three. Now, you may not like my opinion, but who cares? Because you're dishing it with Dwight. So, I want you to leave a comment, say what you think. Now, during the interview, I was on Twitter, and people had a lot to say, especially a lot of D-list celebrities. Yeah, aren't I a D-list celebrity? Like, who are you? Anyway, they were coming for her, saying that she was lying. And yes, in the background, that's Rihanna. The wait is over because she finally got an interview. Anyways, so they were like, "Oh, Rihanna lying. She didn't talk about the time she hit him with her stiletto, this, that, and the other." Okay, I know a liar. I done dated a lot of ass. Yeah. And what I have to say about this is, yes, she was PR coached. However, her phone out the window until she got to one particular part of that interview, and I'll get into that in a minute. But up until that one particular part, her PR is out the door. You can see that she was a very upset, angry, scorned black woman. And that in itself is a combination you don't want to mess with. She was sitting there and she was looking like Sharon Stone, basic instinct, legs crossed. And what did she do with every question? She gave her response like that. When Chris Brown did his interviews, it was like a pause here. Oh, Larry Green lie. I want to respect the relationship. I don't want to talk about that. No, Rihanna didn't do that. He hit. What happened? Yes, I was in his cell phone. I was in his phone, and he had a message from his ex girlfriend, and I was upset about it. And so he went to take his phone. We started fighting. Blah 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 blah. He beat the crap out of her. Yes, that's how convenient. Not to my recollection. Yeah. So that's my opinion on that. Now, she was being honest up until they asked her. So after going back to him, why'd you have the relationship, Rihanna? Well, I was thinking about young women around the world who look at me, and just because if Chris doesn't hit me again, you know, they might be killed. Girl, please. A few minutes before that, I could have sworn what you were saying was I had this empire that I built, and I believe that what caused you to get this relationship was you seeing that empire gradually fall and become what? Destroyed. That's the real reason. You thought about CoverGirl, you thought about this next album, you thought about these potential movies that apparently you're working on, and all these other deals and these fashion campaigns and all of this. I think that's what it was. Because I know if it was Dwight Allen O'Neill and I was running the Gucci campaign or a Coverboy campaign, and one of these many dates I've been dating was to put they fist in my forehead and mess up this Carter, oh no, honey. Who is gonna carry is me, honey. M.E. honey, yes. I'm going to carry. But whatever, whatever floats your boat. Anyway. And in addition to that, let's talk about him in the outs chain. Honestly, I could care less what he was wearing, and most likely she didn't even see that picture. I mean, yes, not the outs, the oops. Sorry, oops change. Oops, yes, he tried to, do a joking matter, but I even kind of wonder if that was on purpose. Not for him being mean, because I do think that he's remorseful about what he did, but he is working my nerves with this, I'm young, I'm just learning BS. Boy, please, they weren't talking about how young y'all butts was before this stuff happened. Y'all pretending like, oh, I'm grown. I'm having sweet 16s, getting all this stuff. I got my own house, car, this, that, and the other, rolling in my Lamborghini. Boo, No, don't use the young excuse. My nephew is young. My nephew's 15 and he know not to put his hands on somebody. That's just an excuse. I don't care who you are. You do not put your hands on somebody. That's wrong. And yes, I'm very passionate about this because I grew up around that. You know, I grew up in a domestic violence with my parents, which was really hard. And I do know that once the outside heals, she was right on that. It's other stuff, and people forget about that. Yes, you did hurt me. Yes, you did beat me up, but I have flashbacks. Like I'm having nightmares. I can't sleep at night. Like things like that. That emotionally hurts you, and that's the drama. That's what he's not understanding. I believe. You know, because apparently he blocked it out. He don't remember it anyway. Thank God he doesn't. I would hate for him to have flashbacks, you know, of hitting somebody. Because God forbid if I'm as a fan running up to get an autograph, Chris Brown goes and swings on my butt. You know, that ain't right. I just had a flashback. That was scary. But I just want to say that I definitely support Rihanna, and it was I commend her for coming forward because I don't think she was ready to come forward. It was obvious that she did come forward right before the album came out to promote it, but her record company and public relations probably made her do that. It was obvious she wasn't ready to talk about it. I myself went through an experience where I was raped, and it took me 2 years to come forward to talk to people to try to help them deal with that situation. That's not something that in a few months you do. And people are like, well, she ain't came forward and said nothing before. She wasn't ready. She was embarrassed. Like, look at her face. The picture. Look at it. It's just scary. And that was the issue right there. Like, she wasn't ready to talk about it. She's still mad. She's still hurt. And she's going to be mad and hurt for a while. I just hope he don't bump her on the carpet because, God forbid, you Pisces. One of my good friends is a Pisces. And they say what's on their mind. Prime example of how knew she's telling the truth. When she saw the little video he did of saying sorry, first thing she said is, it looked like he read from a teleprompter. She didn't bite her tongue or nothing. She ain't heard the song yet. I believe her. But I bet her ass went home and listened to that song that night. And I bet she was like, it's cute, but I guess whatever. Very much that. Because she is still harming a lot of pain. And I do hope that Chris Brown is learning from this experience. Because I do think that he is becoming a changed man. I do agree with that. And he probably would never put his hands on another woman. But right now, it's about themselves. It ain't about this album. He know this album gonna flop. But him too. Honestly, he's doing all these interviews in 3 and 4 or whatever is because he knows that his next album needs to sell. Like, I need my fans. Because regardless of what you people may say, this is helping her career. His career, on the other hand, is not. Even with Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson was a far more established artist than what Chris Brown is at this point. Once his drama went down to little kids, people stopped buying his stuff. He still became a very popular, huge artist, but gradually he became smaller than what he was. Same thing with Chris Brown. And he's thinking, what am I going to do? R. Kelly, too. Yeah, he's popular with you black people, but mainstream America don't see him. And that's just the truth. And no offense, you black folks ain't buying their albums anyways. You going on LimeWire and you downloading it. Or either your friends are emailing you the songs because you too scared to get LimeWire because virus is getting on your computer. And that's just the truth behind the matter. And honestly, that's all I have to say about the matter. Special shout out to Scorpion because I was like, don't play with Scorpion being on 2020, giving his opinion. But check out Dating Dwight. 2 more episodes before the end of the season. And check out thefutureforward.net. And this is a special edition with Dwight. And I do want to say that if you are dealing with domestic violence, like my character on Christmas Street Jeremy, you see that it does take a while to get out of the relationship. Unfortunately, he's still dealing with that and still trying to find his way. But please, contact www.ndvh.com or give them a call at 800-799-SAFE. That's 800-799-SAFE if you are dealing with domestic violence. Special shout out and thank you for all the support, and I love you guys. And Rihanna, keep your head up, girl. And Chris, keep your head up too, babe, because it's a tough world out there, and I do believe that you are a changed man. You are working on that, and I'm not saying this to knock either one of you because you're so young and you have your whole life ahead of you. Bless you.